So why do most coin dealers hate AI coin grading, AI coin apps? We're going to answer that question in this video. I know that not all coin dealers hate them. Most of them probably would. I think a lot of it has to do with age because some, if you're, 60s and above, you really wasn't around tech a lot. I mean, you computers some, video games some were growing up, but it really wasn't something that was going to, change the world at the time, but it has. And it's hard to think that something as subjective as grading or arbitrary as grading could be accomplished by using a computer. Now, there are some dealers who remember Compugrade. You have people doing AI apps out there now. So everybody knows that it's here, but most don't realize how advanced it is. Also, it's not as advanced as you would like it to be. And that's the current models that are out there, the open models that you can use, open source. But anyway, talking about, first off, generation wise, I mean, there's a lot of coin dealers that are in their 70s and some in their 80s, but you're probably looking at anywhere from 40s to 60s to 70s is where most people fall in whenever they're coin dealers. Now, there are younger coin dealers out there, and that part of it is growing, the young numismatists. They're more into the apps and things like that and tech. But the main thing about that is that there's so much misconceptions out there already where the older generation is saying so much about AI coin grading that it's not ready, that it's not there. And you've got people who are actually developers who really don't understand what you have to do to make AI ready for grading coins, who are also out there and they're in my comments and they're saying that it's not ready. There's no way you're going to be able to grade from 2D images. There's no way you're going to be able to do this or that. And that spills over into everyone else. Then you've got the coin grading companies. They're multi-million-dollar companies that don't even bother with it. And maybe they're trying in the background a little bit, but I mean, the consensus is that it would stop resubmissions. So, they're not doing it. I think that might be part of it, but I think it's a lot more than that. I think it's because it's costly and it takes a lot of, developing your models and training, and you've got to have, hundreds of thousands of data sets, if not like 2 or 3 million. I mean, that's one of the things that we have and we struggled with, but we have accomplished is we have over 1 million data sets for Coin Analyzer. But anyway, not trying to plug Coin Analyzer too much here because you can see my background, you know what we're about here, and that's what this channel is. But I wanted to talk about it a little bit more about why dealers, don't like it. And it's not always the age, it's not always people talking bad about it. It's not that at all. It's that there are already AI coin apps out there and they're inaccurate. They're using the open source AI. They don't care whether they're accurate or not. They would rather just get your subs, get your installs on your phone, get your personal information. They don't care if they're accurate or not. They would rather you return a huge amount of value on pocket change so that you'll keep using it, because that's what it's all about for them. It's about getting as many installs as they can, as many subs as they can, and without any regard for their accuracy. And that's where we are different, but we do care. But that's what we need to convince everybody else about. We need to convince everybody else of that because we're five guys, we're in the USA, and we do care about US coins and US coin collectors and dealers. So that's one of the hurdles that you have to get over, because just all the bad apps out there, all the bad AI information, people coming in the coin shops with coins that they scanned with their app or Google Lens, and coin dealers are just tired of it. I mean, it just wears you out debating and arguing and trying to teach everybody that we need something though that's going to replace that misinformation. And the more coin dealers promote it, the more that it's going to replace these other apps, and that you won't want anything else on your phone if you have something that's fairly accurate. But another problem that we're seeing with the apps that's out there, the coin grading apps, is that let's say it grades a Lincoln Cent Mint State 68 and it really jumps in value, or a peace dollar like a 34S and it really jumps in value, or a 14D Lincoln Cent that jumps in value into AU. It ends up being worth over $1,000 and it's really only extra fine. What about a 96.0 Morgan dollar that is an AU55 is worth a couple $100 or $500, but then when it hits that AU58, it jumps up to over 1,000 or 900. Those are issues that any app's going to struggle with, because maybe it is that grade, but the grading company doesn't put that grade on it. So then it's kind of irrelevant, isn't it? I mean, who's right, who's wrong? I mean, you see it all the time. People resubmit their AU58, trying to get that 60, or their AU57, because they graded AU55 because they rounded it down, but it's really an AU57 or 58. It's really close in that range, and the value matters. So people keep resubmitting, trying to get the 70s. And when you have that going on in the hobby, it's going to be hard to not judge an app that's putting that grade on it, despite the fact that people know there's there's grade inflation, there's protections of probably some of these pops and some of these high-end registry sets. I mean, you got all this going on, so it's going to be hard to argue. I mean, I've had people tell me, man, this app graded my, Kennedy half dollar 68 or 67, or they graded my Lincoln Cent, and look how much it's worth. And I'm thinking, there's no guarantee a grading company is going to give you that grade. And you can't label it and assign it that grade and say, hey, the app said it was, because that's not what apps are for. That's not what this app is for. It's grading 2D images. That's always going to be the problem. That is another thing. It's going to give some values and some grades that are looks a little inflated, until one day we're doing 3D coins from scans and mapped out images of the coin, mapped out surfaces of the coin. That's where AI is going to stand out and stand up above any other kind of grading. Matter of fact, it'll have to be its own grading system. But that's the reason why most coin dealers out there just don't like this AI. They're not into this AI grading, these apps and things, because they're just going to be inaccurate right now. They don't trust the tech. They don't think that anybody's ready for it yet, or at least no developers. They don't think the AI is ready for it yet. But the problem is what they don't understand is that you have to create your own models for everything. And you got to train those models with thousands of images and examples and training and actual reputable information from knowledgeable and experienced people who know how to give the information, or know what information to give and how to look at it. And you have to look at grading a little bit differently when you're using these apps. So I do understand why a coin dealer wouldn't like these, and why when people come in the shop, they're just, roll their eyes. They're like, look, or people call on the phone. It happens to me all the time. I don't like any of the apps out there. Matter of fact, even Coin Analyzer sometimes will give, an incorrect anomaly or incorrect information as far as maybe the incorrect mint mark, and you're always working on that, because sometimes I can't even see mint marks without using a 10x loop with my own eyes. So I can't expect, basically a phone camera taking a picture and the AI app actually being able to see some of these mint marks. I mean, it's a struggle. And I've had people tell me that you've got a 1923 app that's a 28 on your website. And I go look and I'm like, no, it's really a 23. So images can fool the eyes. So I can see why a lot of dealers just hate them, just wish we didn't have them, so that they could just, they would just go away. I do understand that. But anyways, if you get a chance, try out Coin Analyzer. If anything, you're helping the cause by scanning images, because the more images we have, the better it's going to be. I'm going to keep at it, keep training it. Troy's going to keep at it. Jim's going to keep at it. Josh and JB, all 5 of us guys. We're not a big multi-million-dollar corporation or anything like that. We're not some company that just wants to get all your subs and get all your installs and all that, make all this money on it. That's not what it's about. We would like to pay for it. We would love to pay, our bills and all that, and make a little bit of money for doing it. But we're not some big giant, some developer hiding behind things. We're actually faces of the company. So anyways, thanks for watching my latest video. Please like, share, and comment, and have a great day.